start off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, I'd like to welcome everyone here to our first meeting of the year. And everyone had a chance to review the minutes from the last meeting. So first by legislator Martino, second by legislator Holz. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The minutes carry. And first up, we have IT1, resolution authorizing budgetary modification, Department of Solid Waste, increasing the authorization to capital project number 1025. I'm looking for a motion to amend this.
Mr. Chairman, first let me make a motion to move forward for discussion.
I'll second it.
Mr. Chairman, I do believe we have to amend this. As it was in the packet originally, we did not have the actual numbers. We do now have the actual numbers. So we need to increase this by $160,000 to make it $410,000 in the capital project total.
Okay, looking for a motion. Move. First by legislator Holz. Second by legislator Martino. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Now back to the original motion, or the original resolution as amended. First to approve, first by legislator Holz, second by legislator Yurden. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That carries. Okay, thanks, thank you. And we have a walk-on IT2.
Does everybody have it?
Everyone should have that in front of them. This is IT2 resolution authorizing the execution of amendment number 1 to the interim energy sales agreement with Niagara Mohawk Power Corporation, DBA National Grid, the Oswego County Energy Recovery Facility. First by legislator Martino, second by legislator Holz. Anybody want to say anything? Want to say anything on that?
This is just a continuation. Our 40-year contract, which was in place from 1985 till 2025, was up, 2 years ago. So we put a 1-year contract in place where we had to fill out the application because they were treating us as a brand new generator, even though we've been hooked to the grid for 40 years. We've got all that in place. They're reviewing it, so we need to extend the 1 year again this year, and hopefully we'll get approved, and then it can go to a 5-year contract. So I'm hoping this time next year we'll vote again a 5-year contract.
Okay, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. Says that the resolutions to committee review and decision. Is Holly here? So our first bid up is for building and grounds, bid 26, BG001, a 2025 or newer 3/4 ton work truck. And the low bid on that goes to Mohawk in the amount of $47,406.20.
Motion to approve, Mr. Chairman.
First by legislator Martino, second by legislator Holz. Anyone have any questions?
It's brand new, right?
Yes.
Just a leftover.
Yep.
Good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It carries. Next bid, bid 26, HW001. These are the cutting edges, greater blades, and snowplow shoes. And the low bidder was Shimon, and that is several various different prices as you see here because the items vary. This is all in the packet. John, did you want to say anything on it?
Yeah, this is, we went through 2 extensions, and they've always given us a good price. They've beaten everybody else, and of course, they beat all competitors out again, so we just had to put it out because we can only do 2 extensions per contract.
That is good. The motion approved. First by legislator Martino, second by legislator Holz. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that carries. And our 2025 landfill usage.
No limit. Mr. Chairman, we had the placeholder for bid 26, SW01, Hastings Transfer Station Compactor Replacement Project. The bid did come through and it was opened and,
Yeah, that was,
well, it's-
yep, okay. Okay,
we can take it from there.
on the, obviously, as Legislator Martino just stated, on the compactor replacement project, looking for a motion to approve. First by Legislator Holst, second by Legislator Yurden, and that is in the amount of, sequence here.
$368,203.
Yes. They were a little bit, the CNS and EIF construction did it.
Understood. We approve. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, good. Now, on to the landfill usage, the 2025 landfill usage. I can say something.
I didn't put this in there, so
Understood. I
I'm at a
assumed it
loss on
was
this one.
something, just an informational thing.
Dave asked me, and I was like, that's not for me. So I'm assuming it's maybe from the land bank? Is that what we
Probably from the land bank when they.
That could,
Their amount.
Yeah.
that could, is that the amount of, demo, the waste that they
I
had brought in?
believe so,
Because they
but
get
I'm
a
gonna-
credit? Yeah.
I'm gonna have to verify that. I don't know. This wasn't one that I stuck in.
Yeah, they're limited up to about 75,000 a year, right?
I think that's
usually
right.
is what
Yes. Yeah, because they showed it just says landfill usage quarterly. So I believe you're right, Phil. Regardless, but you're gonna check this out and bring it back. I believe this is more informational than anything.
No, that's it. Where it came from.
Okay,
Excuse me.
very good.
Mr. Chairman,
Yep.
Can you tell me what the C and D waste types are? The
Pardon?
C and D waste types, what's the difference between those two?
I'll
It's
do it.
just construction and demolition material.
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
I know we're going into reporting departments. I had a conversation with, Director Dalton, yesterday.
Yes.
And due to the situation that he's been in with the, DSS, and he's had a few other buildings that had, some freezing issues.
Yes.
Um,
I'm able to make it.
He was unable to make the, meeting today.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I did have a conversation with him. I think he reached out to you as well. I
Yes.
spoke with Phil. Phil's got a quick, overview of DSS.
Yes, thank you. As you probably know by now, we had a pipe burst at DSS last Monday. It created significant flooding on the first floor, also burned out or affected some heat controlling elements. So we not only had first floor flooded, we had parts of the building with no heat. So we closed that day because, but thanks to quick action planning by DSS and IT and B&G, and the fact that we have continuity of operations plans in place, the next day we were able to maintain services remotely or through virtual. We just closed the building to the public. ServPro went in, started the cleanup, a few other contractors as well. Took longer than we thought. We continued to find other things going wrong because of the water. So we originally thought we'd be up and running that Wednesday, but we had to extend that. But as of yesterday, the building is fully operational and open to the public again. So I think we did considering the circumstances, we did very well in having to continue services to the public, except for one day. What went on, but everything's going to be submitted to insurance. So we'll see what they come back with, so that it should hopefully be minimal cost to the county itself.
I know I had a handful of calls regarding Rick's timely. He did a great job with the contractors there on such short notice and got things moving along.
And Greg getting people set up remotely, moving desktops and laptops. I also want to let you know, other departments stepped up and volunteered any space they had for DSS personnel to move into that, who couldn't move to a warm part of the building themselves. So we had other departments who stepped up to the challenge.
Understand. Good. Thank you.
Yeah, was that a break in the heating system or was it in the plumbing system?
I was initially told it was a water line related to the heating system.
Yeah.
I think now it was a water line itself that affected the heating system. That's the last time.
Because it's a wet
It's a
system.
4-inch water pipe, so.
Yeah, it's a wet system type.
Yeah.
Is it a
System.
redundant system? It's gotta be,
Was that?
the heating system at DSS.
Redundant and more.
There's gotta be more boilers throughout the building catching up with each
That's
other.
a combination heat pump system and boiler system.
It's gotta be for that size building.
Yeah, I don't know how many boilers they have, but what they have is a system where there's electronic controls throughout the building. So some of those were affected and some were not. So that's why you had parts of the building that were 52
Right.
degrees and you had other parts of the building that were 70. So we were able to move people from cold areas into the warm areas. Where we couldn't, we either had to send them home or send them, and if they could,
Well,
home
remote work,
with them.
we are kind of set up for remote, aren't we, if we had to shift gears.
right, yeah. That's what
That'd
we
be the
learned from
smart
COVID.
thing.
Not every job
All
can
their
do.
laptops.
Well, they just took the laptop.
Right.
Some, there were some
Put up the night.
desktops though, you guys
But
had to
they,
move
they
it.
weren't there when it happened, so they had to come in while some
Somebody could hand them out.
supervisors came in.
So the boilers might be redundant, but the heat controls, you can have all the boilers working, but if only part of the heat controllers are working.
Well, they're
Yeah.
electronic boards, right?
Yeah.
Right, they all
And they
work.
had, luckily, when I spoke with Rick yesterday, they had people in there like immediately that were actually working.
I
on
would
it.
almost want motherboards in stock for those exact pieces.
But
because
it's not even,
it's
so
a
yeah,
nightmare.
it's not even so much as having them in stock, it's having the people there to do the replacement.
Having them in stock is a big deal too, because sometimes it's really hard to get them.
That's,
That
that
wasn't,
system is pretty old.
that wasn't
I
an
know
issue.
they were able to get a hold of them quick.
Yeah, that's,
When they were there.
Yeah, so that, it worked out
Yeah,
well.
that's
It was a good job of all working
it's
together.
high tech as the new ones are.
This,
That's,
this brings, although it's not directly related, wouldn't make a difference in this particular incident, but it reminded me that we really need to take a look at making sure all of our critical buildings have a generator. The DSS has no generator. You get a storm that knocks out power out there. We can't,
yes.
we were able to move people around in the building because we still have power, but if you have no power, you can't serve the public, whether it's.
Exactly.
So I think we need to, there's a couple of other buildings that should have generators that don't. It's expensive. So
Yeah.
I think it's something we have to look into.
Cat diesel generators. Right?
What's that?
You wouldn't rely
Cat
on an
diesel.
electric source.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We got propane. Or natural gas, excuse me.
right.
Yeah, if you have the
Natural
availability
gas
for
is
it,
good.
Yeah, or natural gas.
absolutely.
Okay, well, on to information technology, Greg.
So it's been relatively quiet other than the DSS challenge. We continue to work on the network upgrade. We're a little bit behind where I hope to be on it. We're working on Public Safety Center now, and 2 or 3 other small sites. Public Safety Center is probably the most complex, specialty stuff there. So working our way through that, which includes we're running we got two new fiber runs to do in the Fulton building. It'll be a nice upgrade there. If their team's working on one of them today from the basement to the first floor. We also helped New York State with their switch upgrade at DSS a week and a half ago. That did not go well. So they were down a bit the following morning. We were actually there till 3:30 a.m. trying to get it up and get their system up, but they didn't have, they had to bring other techs in the next day. Their stuff wasn't configured right, but that got done now. We're working on the backup data center still, which is in the basement of the Fulton building. Working on the camera project as well, getting that, working with Johnson Controls to address persistent issues, and they're making some progress. We still have more to do there for sure. I'm interviewing for open positions, and we're getting ready to we have the next series of updates to do for desktop operating systems. So that means we're pushing patches all the time to them, but these are like version updates. So it's kind of an after hours thing. We have to push the workstations, all 1,000+ workstations. And we'll just bang away at that too.
Understood. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any questions, gentlemen? All right, on to highway. I know you've been pretty busy.
I don't know where you want me to start. Well, I think personally, we're back in the late 70s, early 80s with this weather. This is a normal winter that we've never had in a while, and everybody's used to it. So, but what we've been plowing basically around the clock for the last 3 weeks straight. I don't care, you get a little snow here, you still gotta go out. You know it yourself, but over the weekend, Swiggle, we had the emergency. We came in, we had 12 to 10 wheelers in here hauling with the state. And then they called more trucks because we weren't keeping up. So they called Rosselli and there was 12 more trucks. So we had 24 trucks through the city. We had pretty much the whole city cleaned out in 3 days. I mean, there's a few oddball streets that we did not get to. But they put me in charge of locating them. I'm going, oh boy. Thank God I know the city pretty good. We run around, I said, we got to do schools and hospitals first. Then we branched out from that and did the main drags. But basically, that was this weekend. I've been snow blowing up north. The Parish, Pulaski, Sandy Creek, and Hannibal, all them townships, the hamlets, we've had to do all them.
You've been through Hastings and Central, you've been through Hastings as
Hastings
well.
and Central Square, yes. Sorry, I forgot that one written down. And I got snow blowers up north still going, and the state brought more back up after we left here Friday, or left here Sunday, excuse me. It was a Friday to me, but you know how it goes. But basically, all the parking lots, we honed them out. DSS, Fulton County Building, this one, and Bunner Street, we cleaned all them out. So we've been working around the clock. I mandated them to work all weekend, and we got a lot done. So
I know you had a lot of compliments on the work in the city because it's what makes it difficult there, as you know, is there's people parked everywhere.
Oh, that was a nightmare. So we started at 6 in the morning. I said, let's do 104 because that wasn't done till Sunday. We had 4 snow blowers going once on 104. One started at the bridge, went east, started out east, came to the bridge, and they passed each other. It was pretty wild seeing 24 trucks on that road with 4 snow blowers. So it was very amazing. I should have got pictures of that, but I didn't. So, and then one thing about our mix plant. DEC came up with a new rule, regulation. On our new silo tanks for our liquid asphalt, we have to put a air quality filter system up on top, which I figured it out. I ordered it. It was like $9,800. We're going to do the work ourselves, which we are capable of. Yeah, but I do have to run a crane to get it up there because it weighs probably 2 tons.
Right.
So we'll set it up there and we're going to plumb. We're only going to get one. We got 2 tanks. We're going to run a line from the other tank over to that tank, and that's legal to do. So I want to make sure that now it costs double that.
Right.
So I just want to tell you that's going to happen early spring, because if not, they won't give us our permit. So,
What kind of filters do you
I don't know. This is a filter. It's probably as long as this table and it stands upright over the gases where they come out.
I was gonna say, yeah.
It's air quality. I mean, I don't know that stuff.
Right.
I'm learning a lot with that.
Sean, where are you putting all the snow? Where do you stockpile it all?
Your backyard.
Other than mine. Mine is full, and I know he's got.
Well, personally, right now we're when I do Village of Mexico, I used to use their park there. The village owns it, but the town rents it from them for like the ball
Right.
fields. And they kicked us out of there, the town did. So I go to Mexico Point now, the boat launch down there,
Okay.
and then the County Route 40. I talked to the DEC and state parks, and they says, anything you need, we'll help you out. We work good together, so.
Where are they putting it in the city of Oswego?
City of Oswego at the old Castings building,
Okay.
Port Authority down at the end of the old wood chucks,
Yep,
straight down there.
yep.
And then they were using the reservoir up here on Munn Street, right off the corner of 48.
By the country club.
Yes, right across the street from the country club. That one filled up, so we had to send everybody west, or excuse me, east. But
Understood.
that's it, in a nutshell.
Good job
Good
on all
job,
that.
yes.
So needless to say, within the next couple of months, we're bringing a budget mod for overtime.
Yeah, I can foresee that. Yes.
Knew that was coming.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you, Sean, and on to solid waste.
I've got a list, in fact, I talked to Veronica before this meeting. We've completed a few of our projects that we've opened up over the past 2 years. So I'm working through that list, and I'm hoping as soon as next month, I can close some of these. And we did save some money on our big earth job last year. So Joe and I are talking about what we want to tackle this year. So I'll work with Veronica to see what the cleanest way is to reallocate those funds. So you'll be seeing some stuff coming where I'm closing some stuff out because we've completed it. So I'm working towards that. I was going to bring my 2025 numbers and just go over them with everybody, but we don't have them quite finished yet. So that'll be next month's meeting. I'll just give a brief synopsis of what we did in 2025. Since we came up in November, the ERF has been running very well. The biggest problem we've had in the past 30 days is lack of garbage. So we've been up and down on one train just because we haven't had the fuel. So we're working through that. We're working to get our radiation monitoring at the ERF online. It should be online in the next 90 days, and that will allow me to close that project out. I am going to have to, we did put the spec out for the trash trailer. That was in the budget for this year. So we may, if I get them back in time, we'll award that next meeting. My newest D7, which is now, 5 years old? 6 years old, is to the point now where it needs an undercarriage. I've got pricing for that. With a 20% discount, it's going to be in the neighborhood of $77,000, but I'm going to have to get that order in by the end of March. So we'll be discussing how I'm going to fund that next meeting. Those are the highlights. Oswego transfer, we have an issue with the electrical system. The parts are ordered, but we're operating at limited capacity. The upper pit can't move, so we've got bays 1 and 2 where people have to drop directly into the lower pit. As soon as I have an update, I'll let people know if you're getting phone calls regarding that. I'm working with Scribe Electric. I believe the parts are ordered, but I don't have a lead time yet. So we're working through that. Those are the highlights.
I got a question. Mike, the dozer, are you gonna do basically kind of like what you did with the last one? As far as like almost,
This is just the undercarriage, the tracks and the rollers. They don't even get into the final drives, right?
No.
It's just rollers, tracks, yeah.
Roller
Dave knows more
Yeah, I was
about
gonna
some of
say,
the
Dave
stuff than I
can tell
do.
you all
Yeah.
about that.
They're all very expensive.
This is the newest dozer, and unfortunately, it's the electric dozer, so it's diesel electric. It does the job, but CAT has moved in a different direction. So the number of these dozers out there is getting smaller every day, and at some point, it's going to be tough to source parts for. But right now, it's more valuable to us as a dozer to put the money into it than to trade it in on something else. Because literally, we paid, I think, $900,000 for this thing when we bought it. CAT will only give me about $95,000 for it on trade. So that's the value it's lost.
Wow.
So I did a lot of thinking, talked to some people out in the industry, and it's a good operating machine if we keep it up. So it'll be a discussion.
run it till it don't run anymore.
But the other two that we did, we rebuilt our old Hi-Track D7. It's been running great. Had some warranty issues, but CAT has taken care of it. And the D6 that we went through has been running great. All this mechanical stuff has its issues, but yeah, we're keeping them going. So yeah, I want to put money into this so I don't have to, spend another $1 million on a dozer for 5, 6, 7 years.
Very good.
We will be discussing a spare compactor because the Tana that I bought is used. And that'll be a discussion later this year. I'm gonna have to get something, so.
Question for you. How long have you had the dozer, G7?
This one, I think we bought new in 19 before me.
Okay.
Mark Powell purchased that one.
How many hours are on there now?
I don't have that number off the top of my
This
head.
one's
I wasn't quick enough to,
I'm sure there's a lot of them.
I'll have them next time when I talk about it, or it'll be in my info.
Was there a grant?
Yeah.
Was it with electric?
That was when we did the cleanup at Nestle, and we worked out the deal there and the money we made from that, because that's what paid for it. And when he met with Raleigh and we had some local contractors to help with the asbestos and things like that. They worked out a plan that actually saved everybody else, and we had given them a break.
That's labor
and
too.
let them.
But the electric
That's something.
portion of it was the decision based on,
Yeah, that came via,
Actually, looking at the file, I did find a file on this. And Cat was pushing those dozers at the time. They were trying to get them out into the market. They gave us a real good discount on it.
okay.
So I believe that
was
was
distributed.
the crux of
like
the
it, Mike?
decision.
You
No,
like
I hate it.
Yeah.
But again, it's here, it works. To replace it's $1 million. So
It's more
I
of
might
like
as well
a
spend-
California, Arizona piece.
it's really not a landfill dozer. They put the trash package on it, but it's a low track dozer. We need the D6 and the other D7 are high track, easier to keep clean, easier to get through the trash. So, but it's a viable piece of equipment. It runs. So to me, 77,000 versus potentially $1 million. I'd rather keep it running for, let's say, 3 to 5 years, and then
How's your enterprise fund? Is it?
that's what Veronica and I were also talking about that. The numbers, I'm waiting for the final numbers for 2025. We just got the banking statements in, so I know Joanne's working with Gary. I will have a better feel for that in a couple of weeks. So we'll discuss that. Because I also just want to show my thing with our numbers, what we processed, what we did. I just don't have them today.
Look forward to the update.
Yes,
Thank you.
definitely. And thank you, Mike. And on to the airport.
Wrapping up a couple of last year's projects, we got that new loader that we got the grant for. That showed up in December along with the snow. That thing has been very helpful to us. The new one has a 30-foot blade on it, and then you can control the wings. You can put them straight, you can put them out box blade, or you can fold them all the way back. You can angle it. But it's got individual portions in it, which contour to the pavement a lot better. So it scrapes the pavement so much better. Before, what we were getting with those box blades was you'd go across, and any imperfections, it would leave the snow, and then you're driving over it with your tires, and it packs it down. And we end up with hard packed snow that we can't use salt. So you just end up with hard pack that's there for the whole winter until we get time. We can actually scrape with the buckets, which really isn't the best thing for the pavement. So we did get that loader in December. We've been using that daily. Fantastic. We're just wrapping up the closeout package for that with the FAA right now. We did get the LED conversion design phase grant. Again, FAA does projects in 2 phases. You apply for the grant, you get a design grant, and then there's a gap year, and then you apply for the construction phase of the grant. So we're in the LED conversion design phase right now. We got that money in September of last year, so that's going to go through most of the year for the design phase of it. I'm working on 2 new FAA grant applications right now. The pre-applications have been submitted. We did get favorable eligibility determinations on both of them. The first one is a pickup truck with a plow, just like an F550 Chevy 55. We can't say we want a Ford, so it's likely going to be a Chevy 5500. But so a pickup truck with a plow, that's actually replacing a 2003 F550 that the frame rotted, everything rotted out. It actually went to auction 2 years ago, I think. So we don't even have one. We're borrowing one that the sheriff's department was going to scrap. So we're using that one. So I got an application in right now. The way that works is we submit the pre-application. FAA reviews it, just make sure all of our work codes, everything's eligible. They determine it eligible, and then we go out to bid. Once we get the bid, now we have a dollar amount. It's $100,000. Then we can submit the final application based on those numbers. We need $100,000. We're anticipating for this first pickup truck application, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of $125,000. This year, the FAA is funding 95% of projects. So where typically we do 90%, 10% state and 10% local, this year is 95% federal, 2.5 state and 2.5 local. So anticipating when this is all said and done, the first grant application pickup truck, we get a $125,000 truck for $3,000. That's going out to bid next Tuesday, and we have to do it for 3 weeks, and then we submit the final application. The second grant application that I got the pre-application in for right now is a four-wheel drive tractor with a tow-behind broom. What that's going to do is we'll be able to, any of that stuff that's left behind that new box blade loader, we can get that with a broom. Every airport has a broom. You know, we've never had a broom. So what I'm hoping to do is get that tractor with a broom, and I want that tractor to be like a double duty so that we can use it in the winter to tow the broom, and then in the summer we can use it to tow a mower deck with. I can't apply for a tractor with a mower deck with the FAA, but I can apply for a tractor with a broom for the FAA. So again, the pre-application's in. We'll go out to bid. We don't have all the specs in for that right now. Anticipating $300,000 total. Our local share is somewhere in the neighborhood of $7,500. Also, New York State, we anticipate, is going to announce their grant program. This is where the numbers get a little bigger. We need a new fuel farm at the airport for the airplanes to get their fuel. It's a fairly simple source of revenue for us. It's more so a convenience to any of the users to get their fuel there if they have 24/7 access to it. So New York State, the way they do their grants is you apply 2 priorities for 1 potential grant. So priority 1 is going to be for that new fuel farm. That's going to be about $1.7 million. Again, they haven't announced the program. We applied for it last year. We got denied for it, but we've been very fortunate with this program in the past. So I think what they're doing is trying to spread it around a little bit. I think that's why we didn't get it last year. $1.7 million. That program is a 10% local match, and that's $170,000 somewhere. So the second priority for that same application will be equipment. A skid steer with a forestry mulcher is high on that list. We'll include in that a mower deck, probably 18-foot batwing bush hog. That's what we're currently using right now. And another one of those runway plows, the 30-footers. So it's those 3 combined in that second priority. You're looking at probably $250,000. Again, 10% match, $25,000. So once I got better numbers, I'll come back with the final applications and ask for the pre-authorization to execute and establish capital projects. So hope all those numbers made sense.
I just looked at it. Couple questions.
Yep.
How you doing with the super hangar?
We've got 3 planes in there right now.
How much does it generate?
So let me see. We multiply. I think it's 16,000 a year.
Per plane? Per jet?
No.
And we heat that, right?
We do.
What's that cost to heat that, you know?
It's really not bad. That one's
Really
actually,
not
I don't
bad.
have the actual number. That one was very well insulated. So it's $35,000 a year, and that's just the rent, not including the fuel sales.
So you're taking in 35,000,
Yes.
and do you have a rough idea what you're spending on, how you heating that?
It's natural gas. There's the overhead resonators in
Yeah.
there.
How many square feet is that?
It's 12,000.
That's an expensive bill, I don't care what you say. You keep it at what,
We're at
55?
50.
So 35,000 on $1 million building, plus we're paying the heat. I hear a black sucking noise. How much traffic are we having in and out?
Especially in the winter, it's slow.
Like, give me
We're
an
around 10,
idea, how many
around
planes land there?
$10,000
How
or
many-
10,000 operations annually. With plus or minus, it's in like 9,400 or it's 10,000. So
Planes in and out,
yes, yep.
but you don't have a transponder or any way to track them, right?
We do,
You do?
yes. And those numbers are coming from that.
Is the fuel budget line cleaner now?
It is, yes.
Fuel
Yes, it
in,
is,
fuel out,
Yep.
one line,
Yep.
staying together,
Dedicated to-
simple.
yes,
Is that working?
yes.
Nothing else is, but I'm just kind of looking for something.
That's a matter of opinion.
The super hangar was a bad deal all the way around. I hate to say it.
That's a matter of opinion
I
also.
disagree on that, but it's, yeah.
It's subjective, Marty. I
Right.
mean, come on.
It's called propping. But there's no money in this. Where is it a good deal for the guys with the
Brandon.
jets in there?
During the process of the fire over
Over in Novellis.
Novellis,
Yeah.
that airport was fairly significant, if I'm not mistaken.
We had the CEO of Ford flying a couple times, which we've never seen him before. And actually the CEO of Novellis, which we've never seen him before. But not only those two, but a lot of the contractors, Highbridge or something, I can't remember the name of it. Highbridge was, they were flying the contractors in the left and right.
Which is a
No,
great
hold on.
thing, but
Hold
it's
on,
not
hold
a
on.
good thing when
Hold
they're
on.
flying in.
Hold on.
And it was good for the airport, not good that they were there.
I agree. It wasn't good for that. However, we are looking at the possibility of another plant, which that airport is going to be invaluable for that. Not to mention the fact we're Micron right around the corner, and we are not that far away. That airport could potentially be a make or break situation for the county in different areas and different projects throughout this county. So I understand your point, and I actually might even agree with you a little bit on some of the points. But at the end of the day,
We've always been looking for the holy grail at the end of the
I'm
airport.
not looking for a holy grail.
And it never
I'm
has
looking
shown
for,
up.
right now, I'm looking for a field goal. Okay,
Wow,
and
you-
that man
Good luck, man.
has actually brought it to new levels that it's never been at before. So,
The New York Power Authority's actually flown in a couple times to look at.
I
potential
know
sites.
the airport is your pet peeve, and I can appreciate
Well,
that.
it's the money, Jay.
But I don't think you're actually looking at the bigger picture when it comes to the money on this, Brandon. After
I
the
love a big
grants-
picture, Jay. I was the one who said in 2015, without sewers, you're dead in the water. And everybody in this room laughed in my face.
That's not true.
Oh, yes, it was. I'll never forget it. But I'm just saying to you, this is nickel and diming us to death. We got to either
I
make more
respectfully
revenue
disagree, and we can agree to disagree on this. You're going to see much more.
Mike Brown's
white
got
houses.
John Hancock right up there. They're gonna, or,
I-
you know what I mean.
Hancock Field, I'm
Hancock
telling you,
Airport.
I'm telling you right
We
now,
need our John Hancock to sign the
I'm going to tell you
amount of
right
money
now,
out of here.
there's a lot of people that are going to be using our airport because they don't like using Hancock Field.
If it's smaller than a 727, can you land that there?
We can't land a 727.
What's the biggest jet you can land?
20, 25 passenger, which is, that's what most of your business.
Which is what all the
Yeah,
CEOs use.
That's what all of them are doing.
But it's a
Again,
14 to 16 minute difference, I'm sorry. Okay, whatever. But the choppers are gonna come right to 9 Mile anyway.
And then come over to us for fuel.
Well, good, thank you, we need the money,
Absolutely.
really, really bad, we
Yep.
need the money.
You know, my goal for the end of the year is to name that place after you.
And I will rip.
I just want, are you all set, Brandon?
Thank you.
Understood.
Mr. Chairman, I
Well,
make the
thank
motion
you.
to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by legislator Martino,
Second.
by legislator Fury. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. What do you think? Marie Shaw International.